January is over and wow, what a wild ride it was. There are so many hooplas to tackle and discuss, and I want to end this month by picking my favorites. Here's the general rule. These are the hooplas that appear in my APB Show live streams that were streamed in January. In case you missed it, I do live streams where you can ask all sorts of questions and have me answer them all for the first 2 hours, and then I talk about all the hooplas that happened that week for at least the next 3 hours. Subscribe to the stream channel linked down below. There are 4 live streams last month, lots of hooplas to pick as my favorites, and of course loads of people to thank for this special occasion. This video was brought to you by all these wonderful people. You guys are fantastic. If you want to see your names among these legends, then check out the links down below. Just $1 and you have supported this channel immensely. Seriously, thank you so much. And without further ado, let's get to my top 15 favorite hooplas of January 2024. Number 15. This hoopla technically happened in December last year, but I talked about it in January, so it counts. It's the kid that beat Tetris, and the news anchor is telling the kid to
step away from the screen, go outside, get some fresh air.
I love this hoopla so much, simply because she made such a perfect clip. That utter smugness from the way she said that line is so piercing to the hearts of all the people out there who spent way too much time in front of the screen and who really should go outside and get some fresh air. In any other context, that clip is a perfect reply to all the terminally online losers of the internet, which is getting more and more common as time goes on. Unfortunately, this was said towards the kid who beat Tetris, and personally, let the kid cook, ma'am. Number 14. This one is not on shorts yet, so this should be fun. I dealt with a lot of incel text, and I'm picking the best one from last month. This is a story involving gray text for the man and blue text for the woman. Gray makes the most embarrassing first date man I've ever seen from a man, having the woman pick him up on his first date. Yes, you heard that right. Gray wants to be picked up by Blue on their first date. Keep in mind that Gray is the man in the situation, and Gray wants to be picked up by Blue, the woman, on their first date. Just from that description alone, I got secondhand embarrassment as a man. You don't even need to be interested in dating to know how painfully undignified this whole thing is. The cherry on top, Gray still wants to get to know Blue more. No thanks, Gray. You already showed how beta you are. Bye-bye. Number 13, another message exchange hoopla, and this one is hilarious. It's the person who threatened another user because they have an anime profile picture featuring index from a certain magical index. The dude starts off giving real creepy vibes when he talks about how young the owner of the anime profile picture account is. Oh, and he's also coming. I'm gonna call the Keisatsu on that one. Then he figured out that the person behind the anime profile picture isn't actually the same as the anime profile picture.
Well, imagine my shock.
He threatened the person with an assault rifle and also reported him to Twitter. Why? I guess because he was misled and has no idea how the internet works. Regardless, it's an incredibly funny exchange from someone who probably needs to get the police called on him, especially when this person confessed to forcing himself on someone 15 years ago.
Police! Help! Help!
Number 12. This is without a doubt the most annoying hoopla of this month. I only barely tackled this hoopla, but every single time I encountered it, I want to punch through a freaking wall. I am tired of talking about female space marines and why Warhammer 40k needs more diversity. Why, of all things in life, do you want diversity in this grim, dark universe where not even the space marines can be considered good guys? The most notable one for me is when that guy wants representation for his daughter in Warhammer 40k. Yes, wanting representation for your daughter makes you a bad parent. Wanting representation for your daughter in Warhammer 40k makes you an even worse parent. Why should you rely on fiction to give your daughter some validation? I absolutely love the next tweet too. Here are female characters that already exist in Warhammer. No, they're not as famous. They're not flagships. You don't want representation for your daughter because the sisters are already badasses on their own. You just want attention, you narcissistic prick.
Get some help.
Number 11. Capcom. Why? Yes, it is in fact the Enigma DRM that Capcom installed in their older games. I have a love-hate relationship with Capcom. I think their games are still great even to this day. I absolutely love Remake 4. That and Street Fighter 6 are incredibly successful games last year. They are great at making games, but they are terrible at maintaining them. Remember the whole hoopla where Capcom thinks that modding is cheating? A lot of that presentation sounds like it was written by a boomer with no clear grasp on technology. So I'm not surprised that their handling of new technology like Enigma works talks about as well as you'd expect from boomers. Keep breaking those Steam Decks, Capcom. If there's one thing I can say to Capcom, it's that they're not entirely malicious. I do believe that they have a genuine desire to improve. I think Yahtzee's quote from Capcom still rings true to this day.
Capcom aren't bad people, they're just idiots.
Number 10. Moving on from irritating Hooplas, we got a very funny Hoopla. This is the story of someone who wins a PS5 giveaway with a free copy of Modern Warfare 3. The remake, not the original. So he got trash. Anyway, the winner of this giveaway was disappointed. They got the PS5, Modern Warfare 3, but no PS Plus subscription, which means the winner got a big paperweight as they can't play multiplayer. And the campaign of Modern Warfare 3 Remake is absolute dog poo on a septic tank. And then this person said my absolute favorite line of this year. I guess I'll die of boredom then, because there's nothing to play on the PlayStation. Amazing. Way to live up to the freaking meme. Number 9. Android users can't catch a break. Or at least if you're living in the US. Once again, we have another instance where having an Android phone means that you're not gonna be a huge hit with women. In this case, it means that you are disagreeable and that women don't like men who have a little bit of resistance. They just want men who give them less headaches in the long run. This Hoopla made it to the top 10 because of this line. If you won't change something as simple as your phone. Wow, how utterly privileged do you have to be to say that? This line hits me much harder now because my S23 Ultra took a dive in the pool and broke. I had to use my girlfriend's old Oppo phone before I settled for Samsung's trusty mid-ranger, the A54, which does 90% of the things the Ultra does for a quarter of the price. Changing from one Android phone to the next is already not simple, let alone from Android to iPhone. I won't be changing it just to please some gold-digging hoes. Number 8. This one is quite the double whammy. They both involve Fujoshis and how they are both reviled and welcome in certain spaces. On one hand, the Fujoshis ruin everything. How dare these fangirls who love hot anime boys invade the fandom that are filled with hot anime boys. Technically, novel boys, but you get my point. On the other hand, the most wholesome interaction with Fujoshis I have ever seen on the net. The Kagura Bachi fandom welcomed the Fujoshis with open arms as they made gay fan arts of the characters. People in the fandom consider this an absolute win and a sign that their fandom has gained popularity. God bless the Kagura Bachi fandom and God bless the Fujoshis. Keep on being horny, you rotten ladies, because that's what Fujoshi sort of translates to. Number 7. Late to the party, but still fresh in our memory. It's the pastor who scammed people for millions of dollars, pocketed the money for himself and his wife, and then made a whole last video claiming that it was the fate of God. There's really nothing much else to be said about this guy. He and his wife were investigated by the SEC for selling millions of dollars of crypto that has been deemed worthless. The Lord came to the couple and told them in 2021 that they needed to leave their marketing company. The Lord will provide liquidity and God will provide a miracle for them. Oh, the Lord has provided them with liquidity. Alright, the liquidity of the spit coming out of the internet collective. If the Lord tell you to scam people, I think that's the Lord telling you that hell is a place that you are destined to be in. Number 6. Tekken 8 just came out and it was every bit as amazing as people expected it to be. The gameplay is fun, the story is surprisingly okay, and I really like the character interactions. And Harada-san is always an incredibly base creator, especially when he's dealing with clueless progressives. This comment saying that Eddie Gordo won't be on Tekken 8 aged very poorly, as he got revealed in a trailer. I mean, yes, he got that super overused Killmonger haircut, but at least he's there alongside Leroy and Raven. Heck, both Leroy and Raven play surprisingly crucial roles in the plot, and yet it's not enough. These tourists keep on begging Harada-san, where are the black people? Where's the diversity? It's already there. You guys just don't play the games. Clearly. My favorite part is how Harada-san humbly suggests that these progressive tourists are dumber than fridges. Harada-san, I love your game. Keep on being you. Number 5. This Hoopla was originally pretty low on the list, but I bumped it all the way to the top. This is a dumb anime take involving the worst anime or manga to start with. The reasons vary, ranging from the toxic anime fandoms to the manga or anime being too good. You might think that the reason why this is here is because this person is outraged by the depravity of Boku no Pico, Rito of Healer, and High School DxD, like a kid discovering the icky section of the net. But you would be wrong. Why is this on my top 5? Because this person trashed To Your Eternity. A move that backfired so spectacularly, I had to see this manga for myself. I was about to reply to this guy about how wrong they are about this manga, but But then I realized I am 10 volumes in and I cannot stop reading. This manga is so good. It's such a page turner, and the anime is just as good. Congratulations, you have successfully failed your task. Number 4. Did you see the recent PlayStation State of Play? It was meh, but this game popped up. Stellar Blade is one of the last bastions of hope for Sony, being a fan service focused company. After killing any notion of Eastern fan service, Sony decided that one of their killer apps would be Stellar Blade, which, as I watched the latest trailer, was weirdly starting to feel more like Nier Automata. Why is this in my top 5? Because Eve's model is really hot. Seriously, real hot. Maybe too hot. Apparently, if you like the model, you're a child predator, as she has the body of a 12-year-old. Never change, Twitter. Never change. The take that I talk about on video is about how the model is unhealthy and unrealistic. I love the part where this take says that the body type isn't normal because they are forced to look like that. No, they are paid to look like that. They're called models for a reason, bro. Most people aren't paid to look good, last time I checked. Number 3. Spoiler alert, it's all AI hoopla from this point on. The first one is fresh in our memory. It's the Taylor Swift AI-generated photo controversy. Just to recap, Taylor Swift dated one of the players for the Kansas City Chiefs. Someone AI-generated a raunchy image of her in compromising situations. Taylor is pissed about it and considers legal action against the people generating and spreading the image. The original poster got doxxed, and the freaking White House is involved. That's right, the White House is involved. And honestly, I find it insane that Taylor Swift will be the originator of laws towards AI-generated content. I genuinely want to see how Taylor Swift caused a regulatory dent towards the advancement of AI. We'll see. Number 2. God, this one hurts. Drawing tablets betray artists and creators by having their promotional images use AI-generated images. You would think that drawing tablets have artists that use them to draw stuff, but nah. Unfortunately, almost all the big players in the drawing tablet market got caught in 4K with this. Wacom, Huion, and XP Pen, it's like every single one of them gives a collective middle finger to the hardworking artist. We are living in trying times right now. Everyone is talking about AI and utilizing it for good. I'm all for it. I also use AI. We all have to improvise and adapt to the current market. This, however, is not it. This is an utterly insulting betrayal of the works of all the talented artists that have made the internet a more beautiful place to visit. I expected so much better from these drawing tablet manufacturers. Absolutely disappointing. And before I get to number 1, some honorable mentions. Nazis really adore cuteness, do they? Lollies are just lines in a page, just like the Constitution. Yes, someone unironically argued this. The actress for Rio Morales of Marvel's Spider-Man really love a lewd art of her. An innocuous article in Anime News Network got invaded by a convicted child predator. This incredibly funny image that I will not provide any forms of context to because it's better that way. The many horrible AI-generated arts that popped up, like the Australian double salute with the punch-through beard chest, the JRPG protagonists that look like if their face got melted by lava, and the Powerpuff Girls that got fused into one, endorsed by Bubbles herself, Tara Strong. And finally, Pow World. Game is big and lots of hooplas about it, but I don't really care about the game, or Pokemon for that matter. It is funny when Pow World got accused of bootlegging by a Nintendo bootlegger. Number 1. My number 1 hoopla of January isn't really anything special. It's another instance of an AI hoopla, but it's an AI hoopla that made me belly laugh so hard throughout the whole day. And it is the most fun AI hoopla that I've had to discuss with the chat, who also couldn't contain their laughter and disbelief of what they just saw. Ladies and gentlemen, my number 1 hoopla of the month is the Amazon AI listings. I mean, seriously, no one in their right mind couldn't resist the temptation of buying this drawer named, "I'm sorry, but I cannot fulfill this request. It goes against the OpenAI use policy. My purpose is to provide helpful and respectful information to users." Or this chair named, "Apologies, but I'm unable to assist with this request. It goes against OpenAI use policy and encourages." I'd buy all those for a full price. No, seriously, a lot of these hack job copy and paste works are definitely made by foreigners who know jack squat about English and just ask the AI to generate stuff for them. So maybe double check your work next time, guys. And with that, we concluded our January hoopla. Let's see if we can get better hoopla at the beginning of February. Thank you so much for watching, guys. If you like this video, don't forget to click the like button and subscribe for more. My next stream is coming up real soon, so check out my APB Show channel, link down below. Go subscribe. As always, thank you for watching, and I will see you all next time.